Seriously? You eat lunch all by yourself? Well, yeah. Because you're staring at the screen all day. Give me that. Hey, stop always taking my stuff.
I need either a smaller
I'm
cone
just.
or my clip. You know my clip at? Is it in the basket in my bathroom?
I'm too nervous.
You know what I'm talking about?
What?
And you want to.
That clip that I use to clip your hair so it can get out of my way.
A claw clip?
Hmm?
A clip? I don't know. Oh, the one that we got from a minute ago?
Yeah.
YouTuber? Yeah, that is. How many followers do you have?
Where's the red tail?
Let me find out. You have 7 followers on Instagram. And you want to be a YouTuber. Want to check mine out? Check mine out. I'm almost at 1,000. It's more than 100 times. These are my top. You're right. Here's the top. Whoops. Want this? You're gonna have to eat the trash.
Put that down for me.
I'll get lost. I don't want anyone thinking me out. You have to check it out. Yeah, bro, shoot your shot. You know what? Watch this. Watch this. I'm so sorry, I didn't see you. Do you ever get off the shower? I can't believe I got stuck with the biggest dork in the world for my girl.
Hey. Janelle, stop.
Can I touch it?
Girl, not yet.
I just want to touch it.
Hmm?
I just want to touch
Don't
it.
you want a girlfriend?
Why haven't
Touching
Lovelace
that.
been on the live yet?
She probably did. It's 11 o'clock the time.
Dumb YouTuber again. God, Ollie, you need to get real. You're never gonna be like him. Even if you are good at gaming, you don't have the personality for it. Just too shy. Just give up. You're never gonna be successful. You're never gonna have any followers. And you're never gonna get any girls. You'll always just be a shy loser. Maybe you should take some notes. Anyway, watch them. Right. I'm never gonna be successful. It's too shy to be like Facebook. I never should have even thought this dumb merch. Get off. Hey, are you okay? Oh, glasses. That's worse. I'm sorry. Where I'm a loser because of. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Rob. Hey, man, you would say your brother thinks what? You're like the coolest guy ever. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Probably right. Actually, that's not true. You know how I know?
Janelle, hold your head up.
Because I'm so shy. I can stop it. Cool. What? Are shy? No way. Awesome. Yeah, actually, a lot of the best YouTubers are. Just think of being shy as a superpower. It doesn't make you a loser. It makes you cool. Wow. I really like that. So, you think I can make it as a YouTuber? I don't think you can.
Hey, Rich News.
And who knows, maybe one day you'll be a part of the FaZe clan. Oh my gosh. That would be my dream. Thanks, FaZe
Ready
clan.
for the dance competition.
Of course, man. Good
It's
luck.
in Birmingham tomorrow. We leave
Got
early in the AM.
to finally start screaming.
This is our routine. You know, we do have late night. Come on.
Wait,
Girl, I don't need
I'm
that
trying to
yet.
do something.
Janelle. Don't nobody need to see that.
I don't want them to see it.
So what are you doing?
I'm trying to put it how it is.
He's really shy at the beginning and hardly has any viewers. He considers giving up, but then remembers Faye's advice and decides to keep
Who's advice?
as time goes on. Ollie gets a little more comfortable being on camera. More people start to find out about him and his views keep going up. Eventually, he starts getting really popular.
He was like, you finna kill
He
someone.
gets so popular that
Yeah, no, you don't. Hold
Yes,
your
he
ear.
did. Yeah, look at him.
Hold your ear.
really popular.
Look like he's been
Turn this
somebody.
way.
He gets so popular that he even gets noticed by
You
none
see?
other than the FaZe clan. He gets offered a contract to be a part of their team. Ali couldn't be happy.
Okay.
And then one day after school, he happens to see his brother. Oh,
This is real, bro.
last time we used it. But I thought you were buying a car for endorsement. My father taking me. Guess just had to take the bus. Oh, it's big quarters. Wow.
Really, Janelle. Quit faking. No, I do not.
Oh, hey guys. I just picked it up this morning. I don't understand. How? Oh, well, I just signed a huge contract with Spaceland. They even paid me in advance of $100,000. Oh, also, I got a big deal with G. I hit 1 million followers on Instagram. What? You have 1 million followers. That's like more than 10 times the amount
I
of
shut
followers.
up.
Thanks, Bree.
Janelle, quit doing all that. You know you is not tender headed. What?
I would, but I've actually got a date.
Ma'am, I'm gonna make you turn that laptop off. You need to turn your head the way I need to turn it unless you wanna be burnt.
You will never make me turn my computer off. No, like even when it's like in the morning, she's still not on the live.
Huh?
Loveless.
She be busy
I
again.
don't understand. You're so shy.
She be watching the replay. We talk in real life, so it don't matter if she don't be on the live, but I get what you're saying.
I just realized.
But she be busy.
Don't burn me.
Yeah.
You burn me, I'm born.
If you don't mind, I've got a date.
Thank you.
Maybe you should take some notes.
Damn, hit you with your own joke. Imagine someone hitting you with your own
What he
joke.
say?
He said maybe you should take some notes.
That's what his brother told him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine
Take notes on what though? What they do?
they was bullying him about how he's shy and he will never make it as a YouTuber. And then he met Face Rub, and then he started getting popular. And then he got like 5,000 views on YouTube. And then he hit 1 million. And then he got a Porsche. And then he stole his brother's girl.
No, but what I'm saying is, what do the brother do to make him say that about him? He just was a football player or something?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, bye.
And he tried to get some money from his endorsement, and they only gave him $50. And then his brother, and then his
He
brother,
came up with $100,000.
no, his brother got a grand with G Fuel because he hit 1 million on Instagram.
Yeah, I know they gave him $100,000 advance, but he got more money than that though.
Yeah, and he stole his brother's girl.
That's what he did.
And then his brother, when he was too shy, he said maybe you should take some notes.
All right.
Rose's favorite.
Oh, there's your favorite.
Better to go.
That's okay.
What's that thing?
Orchid.
Try your laptop.
It's a little something back here.
Orchid.
But
End up when I'm molding and stuff.
Wasn't that hard to guess? You wear them all the time. Like the ring you have on.
Wow.
Huh?
Yeah. You should like add a people.
You flatter her hair to such a thing.
Hey, babe.
Yeah, see her right there, come.
No! It's over there on the table.
Better be gone.
You're gonna kick yourself in the head.
Get that right there, come.
See, y'all always make the fun of how somebody speaks.
You know, you be like, you should make fun of yourself.
Ew. Give it to me. I'll throw it away for you. No,
Don't keep it.
Turn.
you know, so that I can throw it away when it's not now. Oh, got you. So he doesn't try to talk.
Ow!
Anyway, I gotta go. So let's meet by my car after class. I've got another surprise for you.
Sounds good. You are so lucky.
Beauty is pain,
No, I
man.
wish I
I'm not beauty.
You are. And I mean, if you want your hair to look good,
No, I'm not
it
in the
got to
beauty is
be
pain
straight.
group.
You don't have to be in the beauty.
I
is
mean, the
pain
hair
group.
is pain group.
I'm just saying, you want it straight.
I mean, what?
But now,
No,
come
you
on
brought me.
now.
No, you actually brought me.
No, I
That was
did
not the
not.
grease. That was not the freaking grease. That was not the heat. That was
Yes,
you.
it was. No, it was
You
not.
brought me. I'm finna call the police on this girl because she got to do my hair every day. And I ain't got time for this. Man, I'll just shave my hair off and I'll be like a bird. I'll be pretty.
Maybe shave your hair after. Just let you dance with a bald head, I guess.
Shut up.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'll just shave my hair off and be like a bird. I'll be pretty. And I got that from CC Show.
so annoying.
Are you in a rock?
Whoopins. I should have never touched that heater because it's hot in here.
Oh,
Anyway.
Whoopins. I should have never touched that heater because it's hot in here.
what you cut the heat? What you did?
I do that and I'm coughing off of CC.
Oh,
Whoopins. I should never touch that heater because it's hot in here.
whoopings.
Whoopins. Because you got
Oh,
to whoop
yeah.
it.
Well,
Well, not really, but she.
yeah. I get it.
Yeah, I love rocks. Fine.
I thought so. I saw the Beatles picture. Anyway, you have plans tonight? Playing at thousands.
I'm finna call police because she keep barring me. Man, my
Yeah,
freaking hair is chin linked. I don't want it chin linked. I want it
It'll be longer than
neck
that.
linked.
It's getting there.
Sorry. Guess I don't know what I was thinking. What do we have here?
She just burnt me, y'all.
Girl, quit lying.
They playing at Sal's tonight?
She just burnt me, y'all. She just burnt me again.
I'm trying to get these girls to go see
Come
you.
on.
Look like such a loser when no one comes to hear you play.
Bro, keep trying to burn me. Yo, she just burnt me.
Turn. Janelle.
Oh, this way.
Yes.
4 front row tickets to the big hip hop concert.
I'm so excited. I heard Drake's going to be there.
Yep. Because I know how much my baby loves hip hop.
Nigga, she don't like.
I don't want to be rocked.
Oh, man.
Whatever.
Negro or Nuga, she don't like hip hop. She like Beatle rock and roll.
What are you talking
You
about?
need a lot more than
He said, I know how much my baby loves hip hop. She don't like hip hop. She like Beatles.
Cut your head up. Who like Beatles?
His girlfriend.
Oh, but he thinks you like hip hop? Does he like it? What?
Yeah, her friends like it too, so. So I heard Drake's gonna be
But
there.
that boy like the Beatles or something? What?
Yeah, they both like Beatles, and he like her, and she likes him. She barely like her own boyfriend.
Duh,
That is
'cause
so
he think he
sad.
all it and he really not.
Like she don't even like roses. She said, "I got your favorite roses." She likes orchids, so she doesn't even like you. Well, barely.
Hell, it's that.
It's starting to hate her. I think he made it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But hey, if the girl like it, it ain't for us to like it.
No, he made a song for her.
That's what I said. So it's for her to like it. It ain't for us to like it.
Oh, I like that one song that this dude made. It's called Victoria. Well, yeah, it's called Victoria because the girl that he liked is Victoria.
Custom wrote it.
Oh, his customer.
Every time I see you, I thought it was wrong. But the growing market,
The letters on the page.
Dang, we can't get no likes. Yeah. Excuse us. Excuse me for trying to be a mother.
Look, letters on the page because her name is Paige. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Wait a minute.
Her name is Paige, and he said letters on the page.
every time I take, and so
It looks like it's slick when it's like that. Look, doesn't it look like it's slick?
Oh, not ever.
Look, doesn't it look like it's slick? Right here, Mama, look.
Yeah.
Letters of Victoria. Oh, Victoria. I don't know it. I just know that part. No.
Let's go, babe.
She ain't gonna listen to you.
you know what? I don't want to go. I'd rather stay.
Hey, can't be serious. You want to listen to this loser play some cringy music when I got a 4 front row ticket to the hottest concert of the year?
You know anything about me, Rob? You know that I didn't like hip hop.
Huh? What are you talking? Likes the Beatles.
Exactly. You know anything about me? You know the first song Adam played was Hey Jude. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. I've never heard about hip hop.
Oh,
Well, okay. What am I supposed to do with these then? You know how much money I spent on them?
Not everything is about money, Rob. You still don't get it.
Come on. Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, Paige, let's just go to the concert. It'll be way better than hanging around here, that's for sure. I'm good, thanks.
Then how are you going to get home? On a skateboard?
that was
You think you're riding home in your Porsche? Then yes.
Fine.
Let your head down.
Why?
no, no, bro.
I'm not,
Girls
bro.
want to stay here? Come with me.
Are you kidding? We're not missing Drake. Yeah, we're going with you.
Have fun at this dump with Skater Boy.
I will, thanks.
And don't come crawling back to me later when he's still a deadbeat musician and I'm making 6 figures.
Stop it.
I'm sorry. Like, that's not my fault. I completely
Come
understand.
on, bro. Can you stop?
No, we want it as straight as it can be so the ponytail can be its best.
That's why you got a flat iron.
No, this is what I need.
No, this
A
not gonna
straight-
flatten my hair down. This is just making my hair
You
go
better
out.
move your dang hand. What you talking about? This is flattening your hair like what it's supposed to do.
It ain't flat. It says Tyree Bryan sent you $21.
Yeah. It ain't new.
Paige continues to watch Adam sing the song that he wrote for her.
That was not $21. That was $210.
No matter where he performs.
You're gonna play with me.
I thought it was 21, so don't even do that.
It was 210.
I didn't see the zero, so don't do that. Don't do that. 1994, that's when Lil Rascals came out. And that's what you wasn't even born.
Girl, I was 13.
How do you know that?
Because I was born in 81. So if I was born in 80 and you said 94, I would be 14 because that's 14 years ahead. I just know how to count, girl, in my head. So since I was born in
I'm
81,
good with multiplication. Just that vision that I had. I'm never
I
doing
was
it.
9.
Mama, I good with multiplication, but
Did I buy some heat protectant?
yeah, but it's gone.
Because why? Tell the people why it's gone so they know it ain't my fault.
It's her fault.
No. Tell me why.
She kept spraying it around the house like it was
Really, Janelle? Who was spraying it around the house?
you.
Girl, you're right. Why would I spray that around the house?
Jalea, she kept spraying it everywhere.
Crazy how much you blew up. Who would have thought? I know, right?
Why my lips so pink?
Hmm?
Why your lips so brown and my lips so pink?
Yeah, because you a child.
My lips won't get brown.
You don't know that.
Uh,
Girl, be quiet.
can I get some lip gloss?
Girl, no. You don't need none.
This is still my left side. Look, why it sound like when an Android keep with turning on? Let it on the page.
Not sure if you remember back in high school.
Are you kidding? How could I forget? I still carry it around with me every day.
Wow. That's on you musicians. I guess then I was getting for another drawing for your anniversary. Here, babe. I got you real favorite. Get her a drawing.
Oh my gosh, it's such a
Oh,
it's
come on.
so beautiful.
Victor.
So fun.
Oh.
Oh, just a little advice. If you ever want to score a hot girl, like,
Oh,
no matter what. Still don't drive a Porsche.
oh right. I drive a Rolls Royce. In your face. Bye-bye,
Hey, baby. I want y'all to hear what I'm hearing. I'm watching the untold, the new evidence and stunning testimonies never before seen about who killed Nicole Simpson. Since she got this all planned. Yeah, I want y'all to hear this. We're doing here. Cut this up real quick while I straighten out this upper side. And then I'm gonna mold it for real.
Oh my gosh, that was
Didn't I buy rubber bands? Or just block pins? Janelle, did I get rubber bands or no? Janelle, you don't remember? Not this time. I'm talking about last time in the bag up there. Or did I just get bobby pins?
I think
Well, hold this real quick. Put your hand up here. Right here on this ponytail. Look. Put your-
I don't think so.
Hold.
it look like Papa.
Pop, pop.
This how his hair be. He have a slick back and he put a braid in. Or a twist or something.
I'll just start bobby pins. I'm about to use one of these.
Damn.
You know I'm expensive to shoot at. Sheila?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Really, Jamil. What's going on there screaming, acting? We ain't doing no skit.
Y'all, she just tried to push me off of my chair. Hey, David. Yeah.
Well, in 94, I was 13 years old, David, so I don't know if I knew where I was, but since we're here and I'm finna be doing hair, we finna listen to it. I'm finna pause it, and I'm finna take it out of my headphones.
What does salute mean?
Hello.
No,
What
this
up?
is salute. This is
Okay,
salute.
I know what it means, ma'am, but I'm just saying it means what's up. You know,
When the military or the army people be like, salute.
y'all can't see, y'all gonna see us. Don't laugh at her, David.
Stop laughing at me. It ain't fun.
Refresh my lipstick. Yeah, I give you some lipstick.
Just for four. California. Ruby Kisses. Stay Mood Gloss. Stay name. Mango Butter. Y'all look at this lip gloss, and it ain't sponsored, but I love it. We would love to be sponsored by these lip glosses
Sure would.
or Zuru, because I need me some more mini verses. Can you please sponsor us? Wait, we could just get sponsored by just toys and they'll just send us toys. Can we please get sponsored, bro?
Yeah. Remember?
Okay,
Because
so
we're
let's see.
yeah.
All right. Ugh. Okay, we finna hear this, ma'am. You need to put yours down. We finna hear mine. Let me know if y'all can hear this.
It smells so good.
It's the greatest crime story to ever play out on national television. Say something you can keep in the dark. Or it'd be something the whole world would know. And you don't, you and
See
he
something
the
else,
only
David.
only two motherfuckers that know. No, nobody else knows.
They say she my
Hey,
twin.
you would have seen it from the rest of the world. Only you and me and you about it.
You crazy. Put yours down. Can you get some headphones? Yes, put shallow headphones in
Nobody
your
else knows
computer
in
and
the
you
world
can
ever
see
knew that this happened.
Ain't nobody see you.
Not even on my ears.
Nail these.
Yeah.
Get up there, eat, and go to my room, call
Okay, I got her situated.
I'm gonna lay in bed and rest all day, and tonight I will
It
be.
smells so good.
I walk around this. I don't need to cry. I walk around this place. People gonna say he's so personal. What a nice guy. You say I am. You stop this, baby. The untold story of what really happened and why.
This is Deep Sea Digital channel.
Over 100 million people tuned in to watch the not guilty verdict come in. It was coined the trial of the century. People still want to know what happened. Startling revelations provide new evidence, exclusive footage. You know, in certain situations, I think anybody is capable of doing just about anything. And if I saw a girl that looked like Nicole, I'd be all over. I love the way Nicole looked. Shotgun from Hunter's bed. He's like, take a look at this. And for the first time ever,
The hidden motive behind America's most infamous crime. Have you ever seen a shoe store like this?
The motive behind it. I knew it was something. Like, ain't no way he didn't do it.
The mystery unravels.
Chris Jenner, and she's like, "You're more worried about the golf clubs than Nicole being murdered."
Come on.
We're here now. That camera should be out, man.
And then we're nowhere near your neck. What are you doing that for?
His right-hand man, confidant, and keeper of his secrets.
Norman. Do y'all remember Norman? Put your head down. Of course you wouldn't have. You wasn't born.
Normandy.
I ain't going over there with a coach. Exactly. Speaking of John, I want to even tell you guys, but then I wanted it on film in case we could use it. You know?
You remember Massa?
Once I tell everybody everything I know,
We almost gonna
it'll
get
be
out.
over. And we won't need those anymore.
I don't know nothing about
The only way I can be free is really to say what's on my mind. I'll be able to live in peace. Most everybody else who's ever been involved in this O.J. Simpson saga is either dead or in prison. And I always have to pack a gun everywhere I go for fear of that. And so to free myself, I want to say what's on my mind. So for the first time in almost 20 years, I'm going to tell everybody in the world what O.J. Simpson told me. I'm going to tell everybody in the world what we took out of what he told me, the truths and the faults, and show you what we've come up with and what we've concluded. It's not going to be pretty. It's not something O.J. Simpson wants me to say. It's not something Nicole
Norman decides to share his documents, research, private videos, and personal stories with investigators and the public after 20 years of secrecy. Yes, sir. Keep listening.
Want me to say. It's not something the police want me to say, but I'm going to say it.
OJ,
because I don't want the responsibility anymore. I've had the responsibility ever since I met O.J. Simpson in 1999, and now I'm passing it to you, the people. Everything I know, you're going to know. Good or bad. O.J. won't speak to me after this. A lot of people won't speak to me after this. But it doesn't really matter because I don't really care. I'm done. So here's the deal. In my opinion,
for my own
this is what happened.
For these.
Take hold of the wife murder, the mother of the children. No.
You know what? I've done a little bit of research and I've come to my own opinion. This is where you've painstakingly gone through over the last 2 decades and researched every single person, every single detail to come to a conclusion where the chips fall. It wasn't your opinion. You didn't have a preconceived notion.
I don't want to give my opinion. I want to give the public
You just want facts.
this and let them deal.
Put your head down.
All of these different pieces we've put together and we've reconstructed on a timeline, which we're gonna go over because there's some gaps here that we want you to fill. But I want you to tell me specifically about the book, where the book was, who was looking for it, who got it, and why.
I'm all right. I'm not fortified now, man.
Oh, what's a book, y'all?
I got the items.
Let's go back to January 1st, 1989. With the infamous photographs of Nicole Brown Simpson all beat up. That was the night that they got into this huge fight. And OJ told me a lot about the fight. He said they were drinking at the time tequila. And those photographs that was taken that night and put in that safe deposit box was something that came to haunt OJ forever. Because no matter what she did or what kind of trouble that Nicole Brown Simpson would get into, he had no choice but to get her out of it. As long as those photographs existed, his career was on the line.
Wow.
So I guess you could say that the photographs really is the reason Nicole Brown Simpson is dead today. Let's start.
Why he said she dead? Wait a minute.
So I guess you could say that the photographs really is the reason Nicole Brown Simpson is dead today. Let's start When it first all happened, that was in the 911 call, where Nicole was feared for her life. Everybody remembers that. That's actually the beginning. Well, the beginning started back when OJ first met Robert. We're going to start at the 911 call because that's the beginning of the mess.
It's a 911 call, y'all.
Told the 911 operator when she asked him, what's he doing? She said, he's taking my contact book with all my numbers in it. Anytime the drugs was, Nicole got in trouble with drugs, OJ had to pay. So it come a point in time where enough's enough.
Wow. So she was on drugs and he was having to pay for it. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me read this part. Y'all gotta read this part. I'm gonna flip the camera because I can't see it. This is her talking to the dispatcher. Let's rewind it. Okay, here we go. They said for flipping $100, they're going to hurt you like a G. Dang Kennedy. So she owes somebody $100 for some drugs, allegedly. Well, this ain't allegedly. Here we go. He said, I ain't doing it. I asked you tonight. I want your phone book, all the dealers you know, everything about brothels. She said, OJ, the kids are sleeping. Look at that, y'all. He said, you didn't give a about the kids when you were in the living room. She was giving it head. He said they were here and you didn't care about the kids then. Oh, wow. He said it's different now. I'm talking and you're fine. Now you go and shake your head. You're doing fine. Okay, so I'm going to cut the camera back on me now. I just wanted y'all to see that 911 call that he basically was like, you weren't thinking about the kids when you was sucking in the living room. Eating them fruits. Yeah, she was eating them fruits. Eating them fruits. Mm-hmm.
So now what's this broad? What's her show? What's on? Oh, I see now.
WBL Wendy Williams. He's a sassy.
You know Howard Stern? Yeah. She is a female Howard Stern. She black, white.
They call Wendy Williams a female Howard Stern.
Ashley.
Oh, I was about to tell you guys a real good story, but you know what? I'm saving it for the book.
Did he say he'll pass? Wait a minute, y'all. Did he say he'll pass?
So now what's this broad? What's her show? What's on? Oh, I see now.
WBL Wendy Williams. He's a sassy.
You know Howard Stern? Yeah. She is a female Howard Stern. She black, white. She's
Put on BLS right now.
Ashley.
Oh, I was about to tell you guys a real good story, but you know what? I'm saving it for the book.
I don't know what he said. So.
OJ, and this is why a lot of people get upset that you even were mixed up in that Nicole Brown Simpson thing, because you know what?
Nicole
Out of all of it, but no, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the incident. Because out of all the athletes out there from your old school, a lot of them are laying up bums and lost their looks and physical appeal. And you are like good-looking man, they keep your money going, you're still physically fit, then you get wrapped up in that, and it's just like, oh.
I'm minding my own business. I got criticized because I told her I don't want this. You listen to that tape. Everybody listen to that tape, dog, when they heard that me yelling on that tape. What am I saying on that tape? I don't want my kids in the house. I wasn't living with her. She wasn't my wife. I don't want these drug people and these hookers hanging around my kids. And I became the bad guy yelling on that tape. What am I yelling about? Nobody, not in any of the court cases, argued that I was yelling in that tape because of these hooker girls. 3 of them, who I'm specifically naming in that tape, wrote the book, You Never Make Love in L.A. Again. I mean, you Never Make Love in Los Angeles again. A year and a half after this incident, proving that they were called girls. And these Pizza Llamas witches and these. And why am I the bad guy? Because I find out one day when I'm working on the set from one of the girls who comes up to talk to me that these people are hanging around the house that my kids are staying in. America made me the dog of all dogs, the poster boy for abuse, because I'm pissed off that drug people and hookers are hanging around the house that my kids are in. I don't get it. You explain that to me.
What's your relationship?
How much further can I get away from the situation?
Well, we alleviated that problem.
It's him and Wendy Williams.
Is there was something that you did?
So it's documented by the lady on the telephone there, the 911 officer.
So he takes the book.
He took the book. He gave that book to somebody. That's as clear as day. So he took that book. He gave that book to Robert Kardashian. And so that's when this whole thing started. This thing didn't start until that book was gone.
And why would you give it to Robert Kardashian?
Robert Kardashian are dead or alive? I ain't trying to go to that story.
Rally on board. Mikhail, is there Mikhail on board?
Back here.
Mikhail?
They're coming to get you now.
All the way in the back. The other blacks.
No, when I take my shower, do I have to put my black panties on too?
Hey, listen. I'm sorry to tell you. You know. Hey, OJ, I'm trying to tell you. I bet you they're Hispanic. I bet you they're Hispanic. She's Hispanic too.
Oh, you're really good.
Yeah, you know that. You know.
Oh, you're bad. Norman Pardo started managing OJ almost 20 years ago. OJ!
Okay, I thought
The only reason I'm doing this is because my wife said, here's the deal. We've investigated this for 20 years. We've dug up all these documents from all these people. I mean, you can't imagine the terabytes of information we had to go through.
Like he wanted
And she
to
was
when
just
the white man
pitching through
did,
it.
but the black man.
And she's like, you didn't tell me you had social security numbers and birth dates of victims that are missing.
That's all I'm gonna say.
This interpretation of the case and this new kind of viewpoint that offers, things that haven't been seen, videos that haven't been seen, interpretation of evidence that hasn't been discussed before, new leads, new suspects, and just a whole new perspective on everything.
You make a mother happy. No. So we were talking. I just said, no, I'm scared. Teasing. You know how we tease. Yeah. They wrote that paper. Really? Yeah. Redneck in this game.
Yeah. Well, they said OJ administered drugs and his redneck manager is gay.
I'm not a drug guy. But that ain't me. So don't give me that image. In 1992, my friends gave me a surprise party. One of the girls bought ecstasy. This is before I even heard of ecstasy. So everybody at the party took an ecstasy pill. What would a party that was?
You ever sniff coke?
In my life?
Yeah.
I refuse to answer that question.
But in your life, if you refuse, that means yes. This is
the way you want to take it.
This is the come clean show.
Or you missed the drugs. Like me and everybody else ain't done something once or twice. Other than that, I ain't done a illegal drug since last night.
What I want to know from you is where you first entered the picture, how you entered the picture, and how you've amassed all of this.
Okay. Well, to start with, I never was in that picture. I wasn't there during the murders.
I understand that.
Good.
I understand that.
You know,
I understand
right
you
off the bat.
come in afterwards.
Yes, I
So
met
tell me
OJ.
the day and time and why.
Okay, I met OJ in
OJ
1999.
Hey, Just Jay.
Actually, it was a bet me and my attorney had. He was at I just purchased, it was a flight training school.
We're listening
We
to
had
the
helicopters
new
and a couple
evidence and
airplanes.
stunning
And so
testimonies
we were
about
sitting there and I was just
Nicole
goofing with him that I could market and promote anybody on this planet. I don't care who they are.
allegedly
And he
is from
And
some
then a week later, he wanted to meet me at the
basically in
airplane hangar.
1989.
And he brought
OJ beat her
OJ.
up, and there's photos
So that's how you got
that
his picture.
basically she used
Yes.
over his
Okay.
head.
So he called me on my bet.
So he calls you on your bet.
So,
You
yeah.
meet OJ.
And I'm like,
This is
wow,
in
that's
1999.
that's a big one. I'm like, wow, you got me there. And he looked all crippled up. So it was sort of pathetic.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's OJ Simpson? You know, I wasn't expecting that. You know, I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting. 7 foot tall person. He can say somebody. He's gonna tell you, oh yeah, it was supposed to. But hey, all I'm gonna tell you is this. I guarantee you, Norm, when we get in this conversation about this, you will hear the word supposed to. Supposed to. You always hear from it's full of shit. Supposed to. Yeah, we had it worked out, but it's supposed to, but you hear supposed to. But is now pretty much today. My life was supposed to, but mother. I'm not an ooh-ah guy.
Okay.
I don't go,
So
oh
tell
my God,
me,
it's O.J. Simpson. I'm gonna have to drop to my knees, and he's the master like everybody else did to O.J. Simpson. I didn't. You know that? Talk to the hand. You get on the camera? I'm on the camera.
you meet him, you go through tell me how you get to the role in which you're videotaping him and have all of this.
That's what I was getting at.
Okay.
We met it there.
Mm-hmm.
We felt it should be better than he and I just meet alone. So we went to a restaurant. I can't remember the name of it. It was a sports bar.
You can put in
A couple, Miami. Okay, that's where my airplane hangar was. And he lived there.
Okay.
So we went to the sports bar. He and I drank a lot. I mean, he would drink a drink. I would drink a drink. I would ask him, "Did you kill those people?" He'd ask me, "Norman, what do you really want from me?" Because he thought I was up to something.
Okay.
And I kept saying, the more we drank, the worse it got.
So he's telling you literally your first meeting with him. You're asking him those questions.
Yeah, just right off. Did you kill all those people? And he's like, I didn't kill those people. He said, you don't want to know what happened. Let it go. That's what started it. He didn't say no. And we drank so much. All I could remember was we walked out of the sports bar. He peed on my tire on my car in the parking lot. And somehow we got home. Country boy. I grew up in Alabama. Alabama. Is that not part? Is that not the country? Yeah,
Alabama, that's where we're going.
That's some country.
And then
I started doing my magic. I made a few phone calls to a few friends of mine.
yeah, I mean, at that point, he's not really in the spotlight.
We put on a birthday bash with 105.5. It was huge. 7,000 people were chanting OJ's name, holding up cigarette lighters. The media said it couldn't be done. OJ said it couldn't be done. He came over from Miami, and when I made that happen, on stage he cried. And he came off and he said, Norm, I would never expect in a million years for you to pull that off. He said, whatever you want, you got it. He said, that's the moment. That was it.
Who you calling?
That if I was starting, I would promote O.J. Simpson. He worked under the umbrella of my company, Spider-Boy International. I would promote him. He signed a contract. Basically, he worked for me.
Where does it lead to where you are the guy in the back seat filming what you filmed that I've been able to see?
No, what are you talking about? Originally? Where'd you first get the jackalope? It was never about the film. So you're on a different trail. This was never about film.
I know it's not, but what I'm trying to
get is a distraction for O.J. Simpson.
Let me ask you.
Keep going off of what I was doing.
I understand.
Go ahead.
I'm back, y'all. Hold on. Gotta satisfy shallow in a minute. Wait a minute. Let me just do this part. Let me let your sister go take her shower. And then she can come back. And then I'll mold and she can do it. Shallow. Be quiet. And put a bonnet on while you in the shower. So you freeze up. Then that means we just straightened it for nothing. I'm keeping my occupied with them chips. Thank you. Sorry. The other side is straighter than this. Just so you know. The other side is straighter than this side. Trying to occupy shallow for me, y'all, but it ain't gonna work. He wants some breast milk so he can go to sleep. Yes, he is 4 years old and still on breast milk. I don't care who you judge, or judge yourself before you try to judge me. One second, okay? You right there eating the chips? Like, if I wouldn't even say nothing, you wouldn't even say nothing. I'm the one saying. Okay, I need a bobby pin, and then you can get in the shower. So I can breastfeed this child. We can go to bed. Okay, put the bonnet on. Come on, boy. Gonna breastfeed you, yeah. Good thing they allow it on YouTube. So strike all you want. YouTube ain't gonna allow it. Huh? My hands not hot. Come on. Where your hand? Dang. Go to sleep. This is our nightly routine. Yeah, sure is. So we're gonna come in and judge us tonight. Tennessee reminds me of him. Y'all need to get shallow book. Okay, let's get back into this older.
Like I said, no, I was going to do that. That was nothing to do with it. Bottom line was, and I hate to say this, but I just created a publicly traded company. I was buying companies, everything I wanted, I had. The only thing I didn't have was this. They're basically a quest to find out who killed Nicole.
You really want me to cook this later? You cook later? TJ.
Because of the nature of the crime, the nature of what had happened, and the brutality of it all. I guess people have never seen
that side of OJ. OJ that's never been stayed. I mean, you see you a naked gun, you're getting shot 27 times, falling over the side of a boat. You're like, hey, you know, so if you're running through her, so people's like, well, if he really does have an evil dark side like that. People are just waiting. I just want to be there when it come out. It's almost like the Incredible Hulk. Like they know you're David Banner. They're gonna keep pushing you till your eyes turn green. And you hope
You keep pushing. I think, you know, in certain situations, I think anybody is capable of doing just about anything. Fortunately for me, I don't feel I've ever been in a situation where I've lost total control of who I am and couldn't be held responsible or feel personally responsible for whatever I did. You may
Hey,
not, but
Kanika, you
I
back?
think that's or feel personally responsible for whatever I did.
A confidential informant is someone who provides information in exchange for remaining anonymous.
Good night. Hey. Trying to put him to sleep. Now, I'm doing my daughter's hair. You can rewind. We're doing her 2 ponytails.
The spectrum of why someone becomes an informant can be all over the place. I mean, not all informants are bad people. Sometimes people just have information and they feel like they need to provide it, you know, in the effort to help a case, but they don't want their identity out there, or they don't want their safety in danger, or they're afraid. I mean, sometimes the players involved in cases, or big cases, especially cases with a criminal enterprise, they can be dangerous.
Who's gonna come forward now?
I don't know if it's
I see all these shows and see all this misinformation, this crap that they're throwing out there. And they don't even know what the
You
hell
can't
they're
just
talking about.
fold it. Get them like maroon
don't really
scrunchy
have-
up there.
What I'm about ready to say is the whole truth as I know it,
In the
under
bucket.
penalty of perjury. I mean, I feel good to be able to get this off my chest because I felt guilty for a long time for not saying anything or not. But everybody and their mother who didn't even have any idea of what happened, you know, to possibly Nicole at that time spoke. Everybody and their mother made money
In
off of
your
an
bathroom,
unfortunate
man.
situation, and they hypothetically spoke, and they didn't even know what they
Yeah,
had
I
no
don't know where
idea of
one is.
exactly who Nicole was hanging out with, what Nicole was doing, why she was there at that time. And nobody knew why Goldman was. You know, me and my friend were the closest ones to really knowing, with just a few people, of exactly what happened, or at least to give clarity and for people to give their own conclusions. A week before Nicole's death, we ended up going to a club. So you had Dodie Fayette sitting at a table. You had Nicole Brown Simpson. The party that invited us to London was Mr. Dodie Fayette.
I got to do this for him.
Ironically, what was so scary about the whole thing and Nicole Brown Simpson's death is that he asked us the same day that she was dead, that she got murdered, that she died, was the same day that he was supposed to pick us all up. And we said goodbye to the gentleman on his left. We were saying goodbye to Dodie Fayette. And at the same time, the two guys, the henchmen, grabbed us. We're both almost taken hostage.
After watching your tapes, seeing all the evidence, seeing everything you've amassed, I want to go back to the very beginning. Okay. I want to go back to 1973. Yeah. Because that's where the story starts, right?
That's correct.
So
Most
tell
people
me.
don't understand that. They think the story started in 1994, that OJ got jealous and decided to kill those people.
Someone doesn't murder somebody, or someone's not murdered without a backstory.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it.
There's a lot of.
So I want to go back in time to Bell Bottoms, the
1973. How
70s.
many people did OJ on the
I want to
line?
go back to where it first started, and you tell me where you believe what led up to the murders began.
I believe it started back in the 70s. I think that he.
And he, you mean OJ?
Kardashian brought OJ into radio.
OJ. Met a guy, Robert Kardashian. Robert Kardashian in my opinion, made who OJ is today, OJ. He gave him everything he basically started with. He brought him into a company, it was R&R, radio and record.
Had a career in radio as far as behind the scenes, majorly behind the scenes.
Yeah. You know, Bob Kardashian, I think you remember him during the trial. Bob and his brother had an idea, a guy named Bob Wilson. Bob Wilson. I just threw $50,000 in to produce guys back.
Little thing called R&R.
A little publication called R&R.
Wow.
It became the Bible.
It is the Bible. R&R is like
sold it a few years later. I think Bob Wilson was back then president of the government.
Oh,
Then
wow.
years later, I became on the board of directors of Infinity.
Hey, so you wrote.
Yeah, sort of Howard Stern boss. That's why Howard Stern dogged me
Four
now.
Miss Jane.
That's why Howard has my mugshot when he watches his TV show. He's dogging me now because I used to have to dog him.
They sold that a few years later from millions.
So they become business partners back in 1973. Yep. So the Simpsons.
73. Dang, I didn't know that
boutique,
so
I think
long
it
ago.
was,
He
and-
played that long
and
ago. Oh,
the
wow.
juicer or something.
Juicing.
I wouldn't know what near
that
thought
was later
about.
on. They literally, so they've had a friendship for 10 years. And in that time,
I wasn't
Rob
born to
Kardashian gets
81.
married, right?
Yep. He got married and then OJ got married.
I wasn't the guy that ran around chasing a lot of girls, but I was unfaithful to
Oh,
both my
wow.
wives. And it's what I regretted most about my life. So I made a vow about 10
That
years
just lets you know how time go back. It's 1973. All right, this the riff.
They're all friends. So tell me that relationship
Kris
between
Jenner married
the
Robert
Simpsons,
Kardashian
Nicole and OJ.
in 1978, and they had 4 children: Courtney, Kim, Chloe, and Robert Jr.
Well, from what I'm understanding, from what OJ told me, everything was great up until a little fling they had.
A flame.
I hear that you're hung like a horse. Is there any truth to that, Mr. Simpson?
Well, you know,
Did y'all hear a man ask him, I heard you hung like a horse? Speaking of hung like a horse, y'all, I did a thing on TikTok. I'm gonna post it on YouTube on my shorts, and where it was like a test for like a child. It was a picture of a horse. Why they put the answer was hung. And here go this man asking OJ, I heard you was hung like a horse. Is that true? What? Pause.
don't take time.
I hear that you're hung like a horse. Is there any truth to that, Mr. Simpson?
Well, you know, last girl told me, he said, I'm not teenagers. I said, I like you, you know, but I'm not going to cut too much off.
So that's the truth. We got the scoop. We got the scoop. We got the scoop on the OJ.
Spider Boy International.
There's a moment that something happens that forever
Too
changes
much information.
best friends, yes, right?
Because that mother, man, that mother standing, opening, put your hands on your cheeks, let me see her. She gets up and goes, she turns around and looks, hey man, turn that thing off. Turn that off. I'm serious, man. I'm talking way out of school.
Well, you weren't supposed to be talking about
Well,
it. Shit, a minute ago.
From what OJ told me, the
This-
moment was from what he told me was when they were in the jacuzzi.
And something happened.
Yes. OJ said he stood up, pulled his shorts down, and he said her eyes, I give exactly what he said. He said her eyes bugged out of her head. And he said, I thought that be until I broke her.
What?
I mean, that was as messed up as you could possibly get. They had to take her to the hospital. So at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I can't remember the exact time, he said that they had to take her to the hospital. And she came to his room and said, would you take me to the hospital? And he said, no, have Rob do it. So I think, in my opinion, if I was Robert Kardashian and that happened to my wife, it would upset me.
I would think so.
So that's where I think things went wrong. And then right afterwards, you can tell they both got divorces.
What? Wait a minute now. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You know, he said that they.
So who he slept with?
Bugged out of her head. And he said, I thought that be until I broke her. I mean, that was as messed up as you could possibly get. They had to take her to the hospital. So at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I can't remember the exact time, he said that they had to take her to the hospital. And she came to his room and said, "Would you take me to the hospital?" And he said, "No, have Rob do it." So I think, in my opinion, if I was Robert Kardashian and that happened to my wife, it would upset me. I would think so. So that's where I think things went wrong. And then right afterwards, you can tell they both got divorces.
Wow. So OJ had a fling with Chris, and she had to be rushed to the hospital because he hung like
A lot
a
of people
horse.
don't know that O.J. Simpson got a divorce just a few months after Robert Kardashian divorced. That's why Robert wasn't really O.J. Simpson's friend. They didn't talk at all. Chris Kardashian did not talk to Nicole. They weren't friends.
They had flings, and there you go.
You've got best friends for almost 2 decades, from 1973 to 1990. So 17 years. And then something happens. Something happened, or they both went and got divorced. They both got divorced within 6 months of each other. So something happened in that time. And so that's why I take, what OJ said seriously. Most investigators get on a trail of something and they put blinders on. And so they never really solve the case because they've got a theory on this is what happened. See, I never had a theory on what happened. That wasn't something I was focusing on. That just started falling into place. All I did was just went and let it go.
All right, the S note, the suicide note. I don't know who left this note.
The suicide note, in my opinion, in his opinion too, was not written by O.J. Simpson. It didn't really dawn on me until I looked at the signature. And then I remembered all the things O.J. signed to mine, the contracts and all these different deals with all these different places. And every one of them, the signature was different than on the suicide note. So in my opinion, in the opinion of everybody I've shown it to, that is not O.J. Simpson's signature on a suicide. So whoever gave that to the police, in my opinion, probably made that up. If he didn't write the suicide note, who did? And why?
Who was trying
So that becomes a piece of the puzzle.
who had a
So there we
suicide
have the
note, David?
suicide note. Now we know that the suicide note was not written by O.J. Simpson.
All right, the unsolved mystery.
Sometimes, unfortunately, crimes go unsolved, and what you know and what you can prove are oftentimes two different things. You can have an investigation where you believe that the person is guilty or you know who did it, but you have to have facts, you have to have evidence, you have to have things that put the story together.
It's not in jail.
But occasionally they screw when you watch them screw. But people want to be stuff like this.
They want to be honest, yeah.
I mean, just ain't born, but
We talk about all types of stuff. I'm a mother of 6. We travel, they dance,
for everything O.J. Simpson.
business created, show people how to fix
And
their
because of
own
that,
credit, how
they
to write
knew we were
ebooks,
fine.
how to
So
travel
they
for
would send me
lessons,
stuff. If the
travel
media had
agent.
to help make me the go-to guy, I would not be able to solve this.
I laugh, I do trending topics, hot topics, I do hair, my daughter's hair, not people's hair.
Come to me every week. They came to me last week.
I breastfeed and he's 4.
Friends with a guy named Joseph Cornelli. I read a little bit on the case.
Wait a minute, we missing parts. Hold up. We missing parts. It says allegedly Nicole had an affair with Joseph Perulli, a 33-year-old male model. This is evidence. Maybe I should turn my camera for y'all to see that part. Then that way I can see him up off of here because he's asleep, as y'all can see. Hold on. Here we go. Y'all can watch this part real quick.
Right, I read a little bit on the case. So I knew that Joseph had testified against O.J. about O.J.'s anger issues. And it was one of the gathering. I'll show you something. Pulls out this nickel-plated Colgate shotgun from under his bed, and he's like, "Take a look at this." And he goes, "Yeah, work this out." And he's like, "Yeah."
Hey, y'all, Nicole admitted her affair with Marcus Allen, pro football player. Nicole was a, ooh.
He came to me one day and said, "You should hold this for me for a while."
But the guy that was given the nickel-plated shotgun was a witness. Like a trade-off or something. Could have been a trade-off.
But so, we hear the infamous 911 tape. We hear there's all these things leading up in those 4 years from when that happens to the murder. On and off again, OJ and Nicole. There's incidents involving spousal abuse.
We're back to the book again, the 911 call.
So he's going over there. If
got
you
a
remember
book.
in the trial, that they're talking
phone
about
book
whether
with
he
the-
kicked in the door, whether he knocked the door down. None of that. It's really irrelevant. The reason why he was there to begin with was the book.
Yes. You have to keep things in a simple form. You're going to solve this case. You're not going to do it by running around chasing rabbits down holes. You have to get to the meat. The meat was he wanted that book. Now, if he had just taken the book and you didn't hear about the book later, then I'd say the book
resurfaces, right?
But the book resurfaces. A guy named William Wise was actually in an accident in Paula Barbier's car.
Who's OJ's girlfriend at the time, right?
Girlfriend at the time.
What?
He was found with that book.
So how does he get the book?
Well, that's where I think Robert Kardashian had to help him, because in his proffer, he had an attorney proffer, which is over here on your thing somewhere.
Yeah.
What they say? A pro offer is a meeting between a criminal defendant or suspect and the government. In a trial, to pro offer is to offer evidence in support of an argument or elements of an affirmative defense or offense. Will Bill Walzer. Who is this? Somebody else you
So we have a file that a lot of people don't want to talk about regarding William Wise. Okay? William Wise stated in his proffer from his attorney to the court that he did not kill Nicole. He goes in detail on how he met with Robert Kardashian. William Wise. Met with Robert Kardashian. And at first, Robert Kardashian had a job for him. Actually, when he first met in his proffer, he states he met with Paula Barbier, OJ Simpson, and Robert Kardashian. Pursuant to your request, I would like to make an attorney proffer for your consideration. I have spoken to my client, and I believe that he would cooperate with it. I would like to make an attorney proffer.
Hold on, we gonna read that, but he sleep. So let me go lay him down, and I'll be right back. Y'all can start reading without me. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. What they say? March 16th. Ooh, 2 days before my birthday. I was 7 years old. I was 6, finna be 7. Basically, this says Pursuant to your request, I would like to make an attorney pro offer for your consideration. It is my understanding, based upon my conversation with you, that you might be interested in information my client could provide in regards to a solicitation to commit murder of Nicole Brown Simpson by Robert Kardashian. Do y'all hear that? Who was over it? Ooh, Robert Kardashian. I have spoken to my client, and I believe that he will cooperate with the district attorney's office in connection with this investigation. In the fall of 1993, Bill Walls came into contact with Paula Barari, Robert Kardashian, and O.J. Simpson. The contact with these individuals was made at the Roxbury Club in West Hollywood. Just before the new year, Robert Kardashian met with Walls in his home in Encino and offered him an assignment. The purpose was to follow Nicole and take pictures of her with any man whom she might meet with romantically. The surveillance of Nicole took place on January the 6th and 7th, 1994. This information was documented in a notebook. The notebook is currently in custody of the LAPD. The 3 phone numbers in the book belong to OJ Kardashian and Barbari. On about January 14th, Bill Wash met Robert Kardashian again in his Encino home. At this meeting, Kardashian offered Walsh $15,000. Just 15,000. Oh hell. Which I ain't doing it for no amount of money, but I'm like, just 15,000. I guess that was a lot in '94. If he would kill Nicole with a 25 caliber bullet to the head. Robert Kardashian also told Walsh he was to steal Paula Barari's car and use it during the murder. The murder was to take place at the Rockingham and not at Nicole Simpson's home on Gretna Green. On January 24th at approximately 10 a.m., Kardashian called Walls at his room at the Sahara Motel on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. Kardashian told Walls to steal Barbari's car from a parking garage in Beverly Hills between 3 and 4 o'clock while she was having her hair done. After Walls stole Barbari's car, he drove to a mall in West Valley where he met Kardashian. While at the mall, Walls took an envelope containing 7,500, which was to be partial payment for the killing. If you desire to interview my client in regards to the above information, please contact me as soon as possible. Oh my God, y'all. So Robert Kardashian is basically who ordered this hit on Nicole Simpson. Are y'all see? Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. Let's continue.
Consideration. I have spoken to my client, and I believe that he would cooperate with the district attorney's office in connection with this investigation.
What?
In the fall of 1993, William Wass came into contact with Paula Barbiera, Robert Kardashian, and O.J. Simpson. The contact with these individuals was made at the Roxbury Club in West Hollywood.
It's actually December 26, 1993, is allegedly when all of them meet at the club.
Mm-hmm. Right after the 911 call. The 911 call was only like a month earlier. Robert Kardashian met with Waz in his home in Encino and offered him an assignment. The purpose was to follow Nicole and take pictures of her with any men to whom she may meet romantically. The surveillance of Nicole took place on January 6th and January 7th, 1994. This information was documented in a notebook. The notebook is currently in the custody of the LAPD.
And then move me forward a little bit right after that. I think it's New Year's Eve, right?
Yes, he goes back and has another meeting that in his proffer. This isn't something I'm bringing up. This is an attorney letter that was sent to the judge from his attorney.
Okay.
He went back and met with Robert Kardashian alone.
Alone. So Waz and Kardashian meet alone.
Yes. And that's when he said that Robert Kardashian offered him a bigger job. On or about January 14th, Bill Waz met Robert Kardashian again in his Encino home. At this meeting, Kardashian offered Waz $15,000 if he would kill Nicole with a 25 caliber bullet to the head. But Kardashian also told Waz he was to steal Paula Barbiera's car and use it during the murder. The murder was to take place at the Rockingham. And this is his word.
So now it wasn't long after that, right? It's maybe a week or two later that he gets into a car accident.
Yeah.
And what is found in his possession? In his
Nicole's
document?
whereabouts is found. A 9mm pistol, I think it is, and a crack pipe.
And the book, correct?
Well, the book with all her contacts.
Yes.
So he was following Nicole to find out where she
Come on,
was getting
Janelle.
drugs. So my opinion is, and this is strictly an opinion, is I think what happened was O.J. Simpson had to pay her drug bills. If she didn't pay her drug bills,
By her, you're talking Nicole.
Nicole, I think that he was stuck paying the bills. And I think when he went over to get that book, he was going to deal with that issue. O.J. Simpson had to pay Nicole Brown Simpson's bills. If he did not pay those bills, pictures would have surfaced.
Yeah, he did.
Right, and we know that because what did she say to her sister? That if something, keep these pictures.
Anything ever happens to me, put these pictures out there.
So let's go back to Waza. Let's put that to rest. So now he gets arrested, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Driving
So he's driving Paula Barbier's car.
Yeah. On January 24th at approximately 10 a.m., Kardashian called Waz to his room at the Sahara Motel on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. Kardashian told Waz to steal Barbiera's car from a parking garage in Beverly Hills between 3 and 4 o'clock, where she was having her hair done. That he said that Robert Kardashian told him where to pick it up while she was getting.
But she reports the car stolen.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that's what he said the deal was going to be, that if he got into an accident, they were going to say somebody stole the car. But I thought it was a little odd that he
If someone
driving
steals
Paula
that
Barbier's
car, right?
to go kill Nicole. Who in the,
So
why would OJ say use somebody close to me car to go steal, to kill Nicole? After Waz stole Barbiera's car, he drove to the mall and where he met Kardashian. While at the mall, Waz took an envelope containing $7,500, which was partial payment for the killing. If you desire to interview my client in regards to the above information, please contact me as soon as possible. If you have further questions, please do not hesitate to call me. Very, very truly yours. Law offices of Lawrence M. Longo.
So
was he
William
trying to
Oz
frame
the person?
OJ?
No,
William
Robert
Oz
Kardashian?
So explain.
William Waz got arrested, and then he spent time in prison. That's why he sent out the proffer, because he wanted everybody to know he was hired to do it, but he didn't kill him. This was given to the district attorney's office. This proffer, which claims that he was basically paid by Robert Kardashian. But he did mention that O.J. Simpson and Paula Barbier was at the first meeting.
Pink jam.
Never mentioned they were at the second meeting. And so they lost the person who was supposed to deal with the problem, and they had to find a new person. The weird thing about that part is why did Robert Kardashian offer to help O.J. in the first place? I'm mad at you, O.J. You want me to help you get rid of drug dealers? No problem. So you could see where things move simple. William Waz got into an accident, couldn't finish the job. So they hired somebody new.
Wow, y'all.
The information provided by an informant kind of just puts police or an investigator on the right track on what to look for.
Who hired him? Could it have been Robert Kardashian with OJ? Because William Waz stated Robert Kardashian hired him the first time. So was it Robert and OJ hired him, or just OJ who hired him? Remember when OJ was first caught? Robert Kardashian went out immediately and had his license reinstated. He did that so he wouldn't have to testify. It was attorney-client privilege. So that bothered me. Like, why would he need his license? He hasn't.
Y'all
Robert
hear this?
Kardashian
Basically, Robert
hadn't practiced law
Kardashian.
in like 20 years. And all of a sudden, OJ gets in trouble. He's going to get his license when if you really look at the truth.
Hold on. So, y'all, they said Robert Kardashian hadn't practiced law in over 20 years. And so after Nicole's unaliving, he went and got his license back for a client attorney privilege because, he was OJ's lawyer. So he wouldn't have to testify And he the one, no, he the one set it up. Yeah, this is unreal.
Put it up with Jalea's.
He wasn't the lead attorney. So I think the only reason he got his license back was just so he didn't have to testify. And if he didn't have to testify, he wouldn't have to say, we hired William Was.
Under the certificate. Put it under it.
Being
Not
licensed,
like that.
OJ couldn't
Side by
say anything
side
against
under
him.
the certificate.
He couldn't say anything about OJ.
Oh my God. Just put it under it.
You understand what I'm saying? No, I mean simple. And 11
No. Don't cover Jalea. What are you
Next.
doing?
I don't know. The person already did what? What do you already do?
He said he was here looking for him, and now
You would come to me and ask me about it. That's bullshit.
So now we move over to the next subject. Now, if you notice there, it says Mr. James Peters. Well, in all the receipts, and this is what's been baffling people for a long time, James Peters, for example, rented the apartment. He's the one who rented the apartment from Nicole. He's the one who had the job. And then we had to make sure, well, could he have been there? Because some theories was he painted Nicole's house. Could he have? I mean, that was what some theories were. Now, so we got a letter from Galvin Painting, the guy who knows the paint company. And in his letters, he stated he was painting. Every one of the records we have of him was under the name Peters. The problem is, this is Mr. Peters. He died, was killed.
I got a question for you. Mark James Peters and Julio Clark. Mark James Peters and Glenn Rogers, are they one and the same?
Well, technically, yes.
Technically, how's it technically his name,
See,
right?
this guy went missing.
Okay.
James Peters went missing October 22nd, 1993. They found his body in January of 1994 and put an all points bulletin out on Glenn Rogers, aka James Peters, because they're one of the same now. He took that guy's identity.
So he assumed his identity when he went to LA.
Yes, that's why all the rent receipts we found wasn't under Glenn Rogers. It was all under James Peters. In the one movie, the O.J. Innocent Project, for example, they claim, he couldn't have done it because he wasn't in town during that time. He didn't get into town, and he was in town in 1992. So we had to prove he was in 1994. So they gave us these documents here, which is his rent receipts where he was renting an apartment.
So he uses his identity to
work, his social security number,
everything.
His employment with the paint company was all under the identity. His W-2s, we have those, all under the identity of James Peters. Paint company said, this letter is to inform you that on June 14th, 1994, Mr. James Peters was absent from work due to the fact some of the ceiling in his apartment fell on him and he was unable to work that day, therefore losing wages. So that means that he was working for a paint company in California. That's the paint company in California, and he missed work that day. Nothing under Glenn Rogers, which was deceased.
And this place is Glenn, aka James Peters, in Los Angeles at the time of the murder.
Exactly. Actually, he was this receipt's for 7/1/1994. So he was still there.
He was still there months afterward.
Which was
so Glenn Rogers commits a homicide.
Yeah, takes his identity,
takes the gentleman's identity, and then he starts working as that person.
And they never found his body up until 1994.
So Glenn Rogers,
an anonymous person came forward after
and assumed his identity and started doing jobs and getting IDs and stuff in his name. So he rented the apartment or whatever from Nicole in this man's name. The killer man. Wow, y'all.
After being chased by the police as a possible suspect and said Glenn Rogers killed this man, took his identity, and went to California.
I love the way
you find the body of this man.
Yeah, I love the way you work it.
The Rogers cottage.
I love the way you work. I was singing this song.
So that's why we know Glenn Rogers was there. He just wasn't there under the name of Rogers. He was there under the name Mark Peters.
Now, do you know what he told Nicole his name was? Was he still operating under Mark Peters, or did he tell her what his real name was?
No, he was Mark Peters. That's all she knew.
So he was committed to the identity of Mark Peters.
Yeah, he was all in. And so he worked with her and he got the full layout and did drugs with her. Nobody can be wrong about it, right? But guys like him who put on airs to be something that they're not. This guy created Sleaze still, damn, that type of person.
The public has a different accountability that they only want to believe what they want to believe. Like approximately 6 months before Nicole's death, it was in December, it was the who's who of all parties in New York. After meeting Donald Trump, after meeting Larry Hagerman, Joe Frazier comes up to me, let me introduce you to somebody. And he introduced me to O.J. Simpson. After meeting O.J., he says, what do you think of O.J.? I looked at him. OJ's OJ. But OJ was narcissistic. The most narcissistic person I've ever met. OJ loved OJ more than anyone. You got Nicole that has what? Pictures,
Supposed to love
right, of her
yourself?
being abused. Yeah. Right? She winds up murdered.
Yep.
Who are they going to point the finger towards?
They didn't get those pictures that night.
But it doesn't matter. Who's going to be the first suspect?
He was
Tell me who's going to be the first suspect.
in every case, there's always the spouse is the first suspect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the narrative, right?
That's the narrative.
That's what her sisters are saying. That's what everyone's saying about OJ, right? I mean, this is a proven fact before the murder. So where is the prosecution going to go to? It's him.
Where's the
Hey, that's well, there's no fact in my case. Like this one Bronco ride. Let's wait a minute. I was in 3 trials. They never brought up the Bronco ever in a court of law. The media brought it up. The police didn't bring it up because they in court, Marshall Clark them didn't talk about it. They knew where I was. And she called them and told them where I was.
The 3-ring circus begins. It's all after
Advertising, marketing. This is a
Well,
strategy.
look, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get your client not
What
guilty.
client? The prosecutor has no client.
No. I'm talking about the defense.
Yeah, we blow dry right now, so I got to cut the blow dry.
Why do you have to blow dry it?
It's molded. What are you talking about? Ask me no questions, Janelle.
I thought you was gonna blow dry my hair like with the company.
Yeah, when I do that.
That's for you. Come on, you'll see.
Can't believe it. I want to take a picture by the Sweet Home Alabama sign. Well, I want to. It's gonna be. It's a high ponytail. Girl, that hurts.
Okay, I ain't done yet. And I gotta make it tight.
No, you don't.
Ooh, this part looks crooked.
Don't even say it's because of me, because it ain't. It definitely looks.
You like it?
Dad, this is amazing.
Come on, so I can do the blow dry and make it remote it.
So you trying to make my hair look like some strawberries that been in there for like a year?
Where's the
Yo, she trying to make my hair look like a strawberry that been in the refrigerator for a year.
The phone card.
Ears to the street.
Hey, ears.
The thing about girl and stuff. So I decided to go see the nicer side.
I'm doing hair. Headed to Birmingham in the morning. I will be live on our road trip for the dance competition. Wish us luck.
Got a new shit in the
I need to be taking up a cash app fund. Come on, come on, come on.
She wouldn't take anyone. She liked you so much. All last night and this morning, I stayed up watching
Because
YouTube
this is not the
videos
only way
so I
that
could
I'm
learn how to
here.
dye hair and paint nails.
Keep your hair from not coming down.
So you see,
Be still.
I had to practice on myself. Look, I know this isn't the salon level service.
I'm on Janelle because I want this to be right.
But I promise I'll do my best.
So I'm not doing this over at the competition.
Dad.
Oh, man. I'm not.
Then I'm not gonna be dancing.
Love you too. I have one more thing for us.
You're putting it on my hair?
Girl, this ain't your hair.
Aww.
Okay, so should we start with the Mandy or the Penny?
You mean Mandy?
The Mandy?
Or the Penny?
Oh, he said the Mandy.
Okay, so should we start
Wrapping
with
her hair in this paper, y'all, in case y'all wondering.
Okay, so should we start with the Mandy or the Penny?
So I can put the ponytails
So should we
in,
start with the Mandy or
which
the
is the style that the babies, the minis, have to wear their hair.
I hope you know. You guys look amazing. Yeah, those colors are fire. Thanks. I wanted rose gold hair, but this works too. Is it true that your mom bought out a whole salon for your birthday? Mm-hmm. You know how I go? No bigger girl home.
There was one side of her hair long and one side short on that girl with the yellow hair.
Girl, I don't know, but I need you to be still.
Why not?
So your hair be short and longer on one side.
So good. What did we do?
Oh, gee. Your hair. It looks so good. Yeah, it does. Hang on. Thanks. It's rose gold.
This one came off, so I'm not doing this right, clearly.
Did you get everything done at the Simpson one that you went to? No. I was good. Everything done at the Simpson one. You look amazing. Thanks, Kai. Did you get everything done at the Simpson one that you went to? No.
I don't get what I'm not doing right.
Yeah, it
So,
looks
we
so good.
over here right
Whoever
now.
did it is a boss. I'm actually doing this grad party. If you all want to come, yeah, mine, yeah, you are. That's real good. Wow, these bracelets are so cool. I made them myself. Is your party at your house? Is the person who did your hair and nails going to be there? Yeah, he is. It's your dad. Seriously? Your dad did your hair? That's so cool. Yes, I can if you want. Yeah, right. There's no way we're going to your party, right? Come on, let's go, Amber. I'd like to join. Okay? Yeah. Are you serious?
She ain't nothing. They look like the Powerpuff Girl.
I'm so excited for your party, Rosie.
I need to find a rubber band or two.
Oh,
But this is just gonna slide right on back off your hair.
yeah.
That's the problem. That's why I keep sliding off. I need a rubber band to hold it. Or just put a little bit right here. Little bit right here. Just to stay in there.
Yes. Okay, doing it. Did I look fantastic?
No.
Priscilla. Oh, yes. Oh, you look beautiful. Hold on. There's something there. Oh.
Yeah, probably like, what is she doing?
Who?
Them, the men on here watching. As far as your hair.
What are you, like 12? Are you lost? Actually, I am 12 and I am lost. Thanks for asking. Could you tell me what facility you're holding the science fair in? Could you tell me what facility they're holding the science fair in? I am.
Actually, I am 12 and I am lost.
Hi. I am Josie. What are you, like 12? Are you lost? Actually, I am 12 and I am lost. Thanks for asking. Are you lost?
I am 12.
Actually, I am 12 and I am lost. Thanks for asking.
Okay, how many times you gonna rewind that, man?
Could you tell me what facility they're holding the science fair in?
Their makeup looks so slow. Ew.
I'm Rosie. You said that already. Oh, yeah.
She's
Sorry.
stupid.
I'm just.
Man, they look like the Hocus Pocus. The girl in the middle, she I forgot that one girl name.
And I already have a baby.
Is one of the girls Mary? That's the girl that was like, you said that already.
Why'd you pacifier?
And the Sophie girl, I don't know.
I'm sorry. Did I offend you somehow? I was just.
Yeah, everybody probably like, what is going on?
Her hair looks a
So
mess.
this is the hair, y'all.
Oh, I don't care. She's gonna come to school with the big kids.
And then we're gonna put this in. I'm not wrapping it tonight because she don't know how to sleep.
Yes, I do.
I mean,
Ew, it looks stupid. It looks like I'm finna freaking throw a cannon.
Joining us today.
Keep it down. Like, ew.
High school is
Can you wrap it?
junior high.
hell no, I am not.
She has an IQ of over 150. Not that impressive. William James Sitters had an IQ of over 200. Okay. Why don't you take it to me? Look, girls, it's the special girl. I really feel like we got up on the rock, but I'd really like if we could be friends. Bet you would. Why are you being so weird? What are you, like, in love with me? No, I would just like getting cordial with each other. Enough with the fancy words. This makes you sound like an even bigger freak. Hi, Rosie. I'm not too old. I think you coming to high school early is quite impressive. Thanks. That's made it very heaven. Lie down, class. Now let's pick up where we left off. Romeo and Juliet. Act 5. When oh. The officer tells Romeo Juliet's death. He screams that I defy you, stars. Well done, Rosie. I take it you're familiar with Shakespeare's work?
Mama, where's this Rex? Ma, the guy that glued on the camera.
Oh. well, say that. Move it then. Okay.
This is booty.
Well, lay them edges in the morning.
Push me?
Girl, didn't nobody push you. Get over here.
Give me a wax stick.
For what?
Just give me one.
Oh, no, man.
Ma'am, turn
Can I
around.
do something? Give me just something.
Yeah, what you need this for?
Nothing.
Be still. I'm gonna do that like down like that. Like that. All right, I'm gonna do this other side.
Because I like stretching it. Look how far I could go. Is that cool? It's like my own little fidget. I don't make it a fidget.
Yeah, we still talking about this O.J. Simpson. Let me play it until I turn the blow dry back on.
Him out there running down the road, Bronco chick. What's the defense's job? The defense's job is to prove that O.J. Simpson is innocent. Is innocent, right? Yes. And how do you do that? Smoke and mirror.
We're going to my house. I mean, I was a little depressed. I was really depressed. We went to try to get to my Nicole's grave. We couldn't get there because the cops were there. AC then called the police, told them where I was, told them where I was going. See, the law is flight can be construed as guilt. See, if you tried to get away, they can bring it up in court and say you tried to get away, and the judge will instruct a jury. It says that that's a sign of guilt. They never brought it up in any of my trials because they know I wasn't clear.
I'm saying when the prosecution has an expert that testifies that said the blood at 1 in 100 million, that it has to be OJ's. Yeah. So then who did it? OJ did it.
Well, OJ kind of detests himself. Why? Because I live in Brentwood?
You made enough money living in
Who else live in Brentwood? All the boys live in Brentwood. Telling me.
But let me explain you saying.
Hey, Norm, you trust him more than you trust me, don't you? I can tell right now.
You do not have to scream like that, man.
Why y'all want to see you? Because he's a football player? Because what happened? Because what happened?
I don't try to figure it out. I've always done unto others. I'm nice to people. If they want to deal with it, they do. If they don't want to deal with it, that's their problem. I mean, you're all negative.
So you've been a celebrity for such a long time. Yeah. But now to be a celebrity because of this. That's where it's like,
I don't know what it's because. I like to think I'm a celebrity because of who I am and my personality. And in everyone's life, some rain must fall, I guess. I told Barbara Walters and Kids My gave a report that Friday. that they learned that my Hertz contract was up, and Hertz wasn't my two biggest contracts. Hertz was up, and they weren't renewing. My NBC contract was up, and they weren't renewing. And they learned that I was paying $55,000 a month in child support and alimony. Right. And then Hugh Downs turned to her and said, well, that might give a lot of pressure on any individual to make them do some crazy things. In other words, they gave America a motive, right? The facts were, and I didn't pay any alimony. I bought out of my divorce. It couldn't have been more wrong. All they had to do is call Hertz or call NBC or call the Browns or call a lawyer. It was a complete fabricated lie.
First, you got to solve this case. The Goldman. Could they have done it? Could it have been a Marvin Glass angle? Because everybody here seems to have something in their past. And so the Goldman thing, we had to research the Goldmans because there was rumors out there, that Ron was dealing drugs. So was that true? We had to find out. But then I hit the new wife, which is Patty Glass. And when we hit her background, it wasn't so pretty. Because she was married to a guy named Marvin Glass, which was a Colombian cartel guy. As part of a $100 million cocaine smuggling. And he was going to prison. And that can easily be verified.
Why is it so hot?
That's not how you mold, ma'am. I can't mold with cold.
Trying to make my hair look like
Janelle, quit acting brand new like you ain't got your hair done like this before, ma'am. When that's all you used to have to wear was ponytail. So you know how the molding process goes.
I have to wear a ponytail. One.
Okay, you still know the molding process.
Look, how was your first day? Fine. Just fine. You were so excited this morning to go. What happened? Did you enter your science teacher?
Hey, get closer.
I'm gonna read a few more lemon stuff you're gonna like today. Okay, no problem. So, did you make some new friends? Yeah. His name is Maxwell. Mom, I'm really trying to study.
I use it.
Well, if it isn't dark around, I'm just trying to grab my books for you. And if you could please not speak to me that way. I'm sorry. Do you think just because you skipped a couple of grades, you get to tell me what to do? I'm telling you what to do. I'm simply asking you to not speak to me. I don't think you're telling me what to do. What do you want from me? I've done nothing but nice to you. I want you to stop acting like you're smarter than all of us. Because you aren't. We're in the same grade. For now. I'm sorry, what did you say? I said for now. Yeah, we're in the same grade. But who knows? Maybe I'll skip a few more grades. Wow. You think you were so special. You think you're better than all of us.
Can I skip a grade?
Girl, get your grades up. I can't skip a grade.
This game bother in my class. She really thinks she can skip a grade. Just because she got an A and a B or a C or something and related to her.
What is a C, baby? You ain't skipping no grade with no C.
No, I'm talking about Autumn. She said
They tried to let me skip a grade twice.
no, she said I'm just gonna skip a grade.
3rd to 5th and from 7th to 9th. And my mama said no. And I'm glad she did.
Mama, Autumn said I can just skip a grade just because you got an A, B, or an A in related arts. Related arts ain't gonna save you. What's related arts gonna do? And the rest of you got D's and
Right. So what she think? Hey girl, cut it out. something real quick.
At all. I like exactly what you want. You really don't really like it to be like that. I feel like everyone's be friends with me, but I'm not friends with you. Knock it off, Maxwell. Give me a headache. Anyways, I'm going to see you ask so. But that's beautiful. So, who wants to play the way? Why do you start? It's just because I will be excited. Thank you very much. Oh, I mean, I've seen it play multiple times, right? Stop talking and stop trying to talk company. God, see, now, let's go. I just have to play them here. But I have stage fright. I'll get over it. Sarah, you'll be correct. Wait. I'm not.
This wasn't just an air for a sweetheart. This place is magic. Only here can you be the witch. Learn to fly. And maybe do that. Once again, if it was worth, no place like it.
That's my game. I don't know, I think pretty hard. Erica will do the costume, and I'll do that. That's really kind of fun.
Just gonna mow her hair down in the morning. You guys will see it in the morning when y'all join us live. I mow this side down and you can go to bed. Take my shower.
Now, the document scene.
And, all right, let's get back into this OJ.
Oh, that's the Romeo.
That's right. Some of these documents right here, right? Actually verify right here.
Absolutely. There's a lot of files that are sealed.
Yes, but his is important. If Ron Goldman's files are sealed, that's usually a sign of it being an informant of some form.
Tell him I'm giving my money.
What's your point? My point is, I really think I should listen to you. I know exactly what I'm talking about. The words are stupid and no one talks like that. I started changing. They're suggesting you rewrite Shakespeare? Bad wording canceled. No, he didn't change the words, he just changed it to a
Glenn Rogers. There was a theory out there that Glenn Rogers did.
Yeah, you can read that online. And he's actually admitted to being part of it, right? So now you look into him. What do you find on
That's
him?
why I go back over and get the
Well, at first I didn't find much on him, but then I put the word out that I wanted to talk to him. And so he sent me some letters and we started communicating and he started telling me stories. The more I found out, the more I kept digging, and the more I kept digging, and the more he kept coming forward. Like to start with, he sent this one letter.
Dear Mr. Pardo, hi, my name is Glenn Rogers. I am at this time on death row in Florida. Please tell OJ that I'm very sorry for the death of his wife.
Because we wanted to know, did OJ Simpson contract him to kill her? Blatantly questioned, we just wanted to know. OJ Simpson and myself did not contract with one another to do anything to his wife. Didn't mention Ron.
With a real lawyer, I can get my full appeal heard. I do believe you need to hear me out. You won't have to take my word. A full taped statement in your case was made in 1995.
And he never testified.
Yeah, he did a deposition.
He did a deposition, but he never testified in the trial.
No, because they gave him a plea deal. It states in this letter he sent. This is what started with this letter.
I would need a court order to release it to you. Also, with lawyer present, I'm on the phone deal with a California DA who has been removed from office since that day. I hope to be working with you soon before they get rid of me. Thank you for your help. Glenn Rogers.
So maybe that's how he ended up with a so-called.
Because he has access to her house because he's painting, correct?
Painting, and he's dating her. He's very adamant in all his documents he sent me. He was dating her, sent a letter to his mom, said, look at my new girlfriend. Isn't she pretty? That's how he had the pictures. So he was dating her. And if he was dating her, he was coming in and out of that house.
So he would be familiar to her.
Very familiar to her and to the house and the grounds. He would know what was around that house.
He would know how to get in and get out.
Yes. Now, he wouldn't have a key, but if OJ had a key, That would give him access to it. He actually sent a letter to his mom, Glenn Rogers, did, stating, "Guess who I'm with?" and sent a picture of him and Nicole out together. A lot of people don't know that because that picture was impounded.
Let's move on to the picture of Glenn and Nicole. Did you see the picture of him with Nicole?
Yeah, I saw the picture, but I didn't know who that was. Obviously very attractive woman.
Do you have any idea who the other people were?
Not at the time, but the FBI came and once he was suspected for murder, the FBI came and took everything. Tapes, pictures, everything.
So he states in his letter that he spoke with the California DA and they made a deal with him.
And you did research on that, and what did you find?
The glue fall?
And it was factual?
Yes, and all the files, they were sealed, so you couldn't open them. But he did speak to them where they wouldn't have a sealed file. So then we had other questions.
He called me, by the way, when he was with Nicole. And he said, "Guess who I'm with? Nicole Simpson and Faye Resnick."
So tell me how he enters the picture, because he becomes more of plays a central role in this as you've gone through your research.
So now we have an eyewitness, which changed everything. Like, okay, we have an eyewitness. So they worked together.
Dodie had invited my friend and I and Nicole Brown Simpson to go to London. We were sitting around the table. She was talking with the two gentlemen on her left. The guy on the left, he was kind of like, he had a little bit of sandy, brownish hair. If I'm thinking about it now, no real distinct, like, drawn features, because I tried to put everything. This is like been the worst nightmare that a person could ever have. Sandy blonde guy, he didn't look like, like he was a very much of a talker. He kind of faded in, but he was watching, he was observing everything. You know what I mean? And he would have been the closer one to hear about what Nicole was saying, because he was in between Dodie and Nicole as they were talking, as she spoke about drugs. He just acknowledged the conversation.
Can I go to junior high?
Yeah, you will.
And I remember
In
his,
the 7th and 8th grade.
shoe, because it kind of like if your hand goes like this, the shoe was like that. You know what I mean? And that's what I remembered about him. And because all of a sudden it's a different pair of shoes. The average person, the average guy has round shoes. And so you look and you think, well, maybe those are a pair of expensive shoes. But at the same time, you're looking at the weirdness of the shoes as you're in a weird situation. When Dogma was telling me about Harris Department Store, and I looked at her, I said, that's where they got the gloves. That's why everybody was talking about the gloves in the O.J. Simpson case. Hold on. And this is another thing. Dodie Fayette's hands were small. Okay. Don't ask me why women look at hands, but I remember his hands. And at that, I was a little bit, okay, well, maybe now I can tell the story, but that wasn't it.
I put out a $100,000 reward. I wanted to know if anybody knew anything regarding the murders. And so the detective or the investigator in Minnesota had been accumulating this stuff in boxes. So I called him up. I said, I need this information you've been accumulating because I need to put this in our stuff. 30 minutes later, the FBI raided his office and took everything we had.
Dogma and her daughter, her son, with the CIA and FBI told me there's much more to the story than what I could ever imagine. And I'm looking at them, how much more could there be to the story than what I could ever imagine?
This is interesting. So we found, and we'll get to some of these people in here, all of their files have been sealed.
Yes.
And they've all been sealed by the same judge.
Yes. Then we want to know, here's the file where his files are sealed. So you can't open.
His files are sealed.
Yes, his files are sealed too. Same person too.
The same
Joe
judge.
Garcetti, district attorney.
That's the same judge that has sealed Ron Golan's files.
Yes, his files are sealed too. And OJ's files are sealed. There's the Simpson files that are sealed as well.
primarily, she said that she was going to Seattle to go get drugs. So she was saying, you know, that she had a pickup or that she was going to do a pickup. And she was basically talking about coke. It wasn't like a conversation that would have been prohibited or like they were afraid to talk in front of us. And we were invited to go to London, and he said carte blanche. And she says, you can go. You can go to any store. You can do anything you want. You can do. He's really an important person. Really an important person. We didn't know how big Dodi Fayed was. We went and we danced on the floor. That's when I really knew that protocol had been broken, but that there's a Middle Eastern protocol. We had offended the guest, you know, the main host. Excuse me. No. Okay, now it's flooding me. We went and we said, well, we have to go. And we said goodbye to Nicole. I remember giving Nicole a hug. We were saying goodbye to Dodi Fayed. And at the same time, the two guys, the henchmen, grabbed us. This guy physically was manhandling us inside of the Gate nightclub. Right there and then, we were being taken hostage. It was the scariest thing in my life. And if this person, if he put fear in Nicole, what would he have done to us? And hold on, he didn't care that there was a whole nightclub full of people. That was the scary part for us. At the same time, the guys have us. They're not letting us go. They were henchmen. We ended up with bruises all over our arms, and they had actually, they looked like they were threatening. They would have killed Nicole. The three guys that were there were hard for Dodi Fayed to handle. They were vicious. They were malicious. They were out for blood. Ironically, what was so scary about the whole thing and Nicole Brown Simpson's death is that he asked us the same day that she got murdered, was the same day that he was supposed to pick us all up. Not the day after that, but that very night that she died was the night that we were all supposed to meet.
Why is he so controlling? He's not controlling anybody else's life. He loves girls to bring over guys and girls. He has no problem with that. Not his wife. He didn't care if she did it.
He was more concerned about the kids.
Yes, and he even said that on tape. I'm more interested in what was going on with my kids, not her. And he's not jealous. Oh, she's dating. Oh, whoa. No, that's not it. OJ's not a jealous person. He's not that way. I've seen him. I've seen him with his other girlfriends. He's not that jealous. The one girlfriend I know did a lot of football players all around the neighborhood in Miami when he was with her. He didn't see her. Oh my God, she had sex with other football players. Get rid of her. No.
Was that not true? No, I said if I saw a girl that looked like Nicole, I'd be all over. I love the way Nicole looked. I love the way the mother of my kids and my wife and my girlfriend of 17 years look.
When you say something like that, don't you know that's going to turn? They're going to switch that, turn that, and go turn sideways.
What does that got to do with me?
Say you El Loco.
I got a question. Do you think it buys me a head of collard greens? What do you think it do for me? It don't pay for nothing.
This is the stupidest thing in the world for people to say, OJ went into a jealous rage and started killing people. But we have to correct that. He went into a jealous rage and started killing people after he planned it all out by bringing a mask and doing all that. Then he raged. No, you go into a jealous rage because you're there and you do some math. This was a planned event.
Right, and we're going to go over this specifically minute by minute, and this timeline that you've constructed and put together.
On the 13th of June, 1994, no one knows what happened on that night for sure. Nicole Dolan's sparking a plaintiff's way. No one's to tell the tale.
All right, so let's go right to the night in question, June 12th, 1994. We'll start off at 6:30 p.m. I want you to kind of put together what you think happened that evening Okay. And give me in your own words.
What I think happened that evening is they went to the recital.
He wanted to go to the recital. He had missed too many things, right?
Yeah.
And so he felt compelled that he needed to be at his daughter's recital.
OJ meets them there at some point. He stays for a while, ends up leaving before then. 6:30, Nicole and the kids go to dinner. They go to Mezzaluna. Just grab that one. Well, at the Mezzaluna, it's Nicole, her family, the kids. Well, and also too, I think it's important to note what OJ and Nicole's relationship was at the time of the incident. You know, they were obviously having problems. There's 911 calls to support that, but they were together in a sense, or at least in a position where they were going to outings together. So they're in the same place. It's not like and nobody reported having some huge falling out where it almost appears as though they're trying to work things out.
They were at the Messaluni restaurant. Nicole's mom left her glasses there.
The next known time room now we have is around 8 p.m. when they have finished dinner and they stop for ice cream.
She went out and got ice cream. Nicole with the kids. Then they went home, where she put her ice cream in the refrigerator freezer to keep it frozen. The kids ate their ice cream. She put the kids to sleep.
What's her name again? That's it.
Or what's the other guy? Salam. Cato.
Kato.
You know what people don't understand? I don't know these people. I can count on my fingers the times I've seen these people. When Nicole and I divorced, this was the party group of people she was running around with. Now they make these people my best friend, our best friend.
Meanwhile, at Rockingham at 9:15,
Right.
Simpson leaves with Cato to go to McDonald's. So you've got OJ at Rockingham.
Yeah, OJ's at Rockingham right now. He's taking Cato out to dinner because he needed Cato out of the house. We have testimony by the housekeeper that when OJ took Cato to dinner, or not to dinner, he took him to McDonald's, which is really good.
So tell me about the McDonald's, because there's something that tell me about McDonald's.
OJ never ate at McDonald's. When we were on tour, and I took him all these different places, that's the only restaurant he never ate at. And I know this because we got lost once. We were somewhere in North Carolina. Not only we never found the hotel room, we never found anything. We were just riding aimlessly. So around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, OJ finally blows up and says, "Remember what I said about McDonald's? Take me there. I'm hungry." Yeah, just drive to the drive-thru. We'll get us a hamburger. Take it to the hotel. Get a whole bunch of them.
Take a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, just tell me something.
Big Mac.
Yeah.
Supreme.
Yeah.
Supreme, what do you want? A taco? Supreme. He said he wanted chicken supreme.
He wanted a burrito supreme because he never ate at McDonald's before. But yet the night of the murders, he took Cato to McDonald's. So that threw up a flag in my mind. Like, why would you take somebody to McDonald's if you never eat at McDonald's and you don't eat at McDonald's?
9:30, the housekeeper reports hearing someone in the garage.
So then going over the housekeeper's testimony, she claims when OJ took Cato to McDonald's, she heard footsteps go up to the into the garage, and she heard somebody wrestling around in the garage and was fearing for her life. And then
so she hears that while OJ is out with Cato.
Yes.
At McDonald's.
Yes, out of the house.
So he leaves the house.
Yes, and the gate open.
And the gate open. So your theory on him leaving the gate open is for somebody else to come in to get something, correct?
Something
and his housekeeper hears something.
Somebody was coming to pick something up. And because he was wrestling around in the garage, my theory is he was there to pick up the keys to Nicole's gate.
Okay, to the gate.
Because they needed the key to the gate to get to her house.
The first call to the restaurant is at 9:37, where she believes she left them. There's other calls at 9:40 where Judith calls Nicole.
And then the rest of them are sealed.
Yeah, so forget the fact that Nicole was supposed to be talking, supposed to talk to her mom at that time. Those records are messed up. You can't go by that. Her mom came out the first time, said she talked to her daughter at 11 o'clock. Then she came back and said, I talked to my daughter at 10:30. Then she came back and said, I talked to my daughter at 9:40. I mean, she kept backing it up because it had to fit the narrative.
While that's happening, at 9:45, Simpson and Cato get back home. Okay. To Rockingham.
So they're gone for about a half an hour.
Right.
And because when OJ came back with Cato. He acted like nothing had happened. And she said that she wasn't scared anymore and it was okay because it was OJ back. But they never mentioned what was in the garage. Why would it be rusted? That would be something if I was OJ, I'd ask questions like, well, what did happen?
So the housekeeper comes to OJ when he gets back and says, I'm scared. I thought I heard somebody.
Somebody
And he
was in
says,
the
don't worry about
garage.
it.
Yeah, and he didn't call the police. He didn't even look around to see if anything was in the
He said,
garage.
just don't worry. He dismissed it.
Yes. So I'm like, why would you dismiss something if somebody's wrestling around in your garage unless you knew who it was? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, take something out of the garage. Could have been anything. But because in the trial they claimed a set of keys for Nicole was missing, that is what I assume came out of the garage.
9:44, Nicole calls Ron, who works at the restaurant. Hasn't been reported that he had a car, that he had driven to work, so it can only be assumed that he either walked.
He didn't have the license either.
Right, that's exactly.
How did he get there?
And in the conversation, Ron said that he was on his way to meet a couple of guys from work at the Baja Cantina in Marina Del Rey. From the Mesaluna restaurant to the marina where he was going is 28 minutes by car. If you're walking, it's 2 hours and 31 minutes. Now, everybody knows when Nicole Brown Simpson was murdered, Ron was murdered. Ron's car wasn't there. And everybody said he walked from the restaurant to Nicole's house. If you really think of it simple, Ron had to get to Nicole's house. It was on his way to a restaurant. And there's no way at 10 o'clock at night he's going to walk 2.5 hours to go to anywhere. He had to get a ride. And if his files that are all sealed, the part they let us see, well, the interesting thing about that file was it was 6 inches thick then. We just reopened the file and it's 3 pages. The entire file has been erased. Claimed that he had driving problems and his license basically had issues, and so he would have had to have a ride or his own car, and he did not have his own car. They searched all the way around Nicole's house. No other vehicle was there. So if he did get a ride, let's think simple here. And that guy drove him to Nicole's house and Ron said, I'm going to take these glasses in there. I'll be right back out. That person would have seen the murder. Right? Unless that person with Ron was part of the murder. Then after the murder, he would have drove off, no car to be found. Which would make sense.
Ron Goldman leaves work about 9:50.
Yes, with glasses.
With the glasses.
Now, if Glenn Rogers was giving Ron Goldman a ride and he was working for O.J. Simpson, he would have called O.J. and said, hey, we're going to go over to Nicole's house, drop something off. O.J. would have been at Nicole's house. And then I feel that O.J. came back with Cato, and then he went back out.
Arrives at Nicole's house at about 10:10.
Did he have anything on him when he was at the house?
Well, when he got to Nicole's, he had a knife on him.
And what I'm thinking happened, in my opinion, is O.J. got involved with a guy named Glenn Rogers, a guy that was a real bad guy. Now, O.J., in his mind, just like in Vegas, he's thinking, we're just going to go over there, we're going to thug Ron, scare him a little bit, stop him from dealing drugs.
We've gone over Ron's background, right?
Yeah.
And some of the issues in his family and going back to that. So,
not to say he was a dealer, it could have just been, they thought he was the one. You know, and I think that's what really happened. This was not anything to do with Nicole.
So you have the back gate here, which you needed keys to. Perhaps the object that was in the garage and why OJ had left with Cato. 10:15, a neighbor reports hearing a fight in Nicole's yard.
Right.
And that's concealed from, the street view, but a neighbor reports.
Does hear something.
Right.
And I think what happened was OJ was at Nicole's house when they got there. Ron went through the gate, basically to give the glasses to Nicole. OJ was already in the gate. Glenn Rogers was behind him. That's why Ron got cornered. If you look at the map of the house, you can tell that there's nowhere he could have went. He went into the bushes because you couldn't go up the stairs. That's where OJ was. You couldn't go behind you because that's where Glenn Rogers was. He went over to the bushes. OJ yelled at him like he does people, pointing his finger. I want you to stop dealing drugs, blah, blah, blah. But I think what happened is they scared that man.
It appears as though he's kind of confronted by
two people.
based off of, you know, the position of his body.
Say I'm Ron, for example. You two come in together. You're closer to OJ. You stay right backing him up. I'm backing him up. You're right next to him. Yeah. You're getting in my face. Slow. Let's do this in slow motion. You know, you want me to stop you? You know what I go? I got a knife. Go away from me. It's basically exactly. And at that point, I'm fighting with the bodyguard and not with OJ. And I got to deal with this guy on my own, a karate expert with a knife.
That an altercation takes place.
Yes.
OJ's there with Glenn.
Yes. But runs out of there like a baby once it starts.
Because you've seen him react that way multiple times.
He's not a fighter. OJ doesn't fight. Me and him get into arguments sometimes. I try to make him so mad he can't see straight.
Norm, shut the fuck up. You don't know what the you talking.
I had him in the car where he just yelling. Yeah, he wants to get so mean. But then all I do is get in his face and okay. He did too. I seen the papers. I talked to the guys. We were at one of the promoter dudes, the manager.
Norm,
Norm,
look at you. I don't care what you looked at.
What Ron did, but I
know Ron ends up.
If I'm stuck in a corner like he was, pushed back into a little hole this wide, and there's two people in front of me, I'm not going to not defend myself.
Ron was a pretty tough guy, so he wanted to make sure he was going to stay down.
He cut OJ. That's why OJ's blood was from the crime scene to his house. That was his blood. But when he cut OJ ran. Because that's what our witnesses said he did. And left Glenn Rogers there to deal with Ron Goldman on his own. And Glenn Rogers jumped on Ron. The struggle happened. And he killed him.
Ron Goldman is killed and left around 10:28 p.m. that night.
Ron Goldman died. Glenn Rogers was so beat up the next day he couldn't even go to work. We got a letter from his boss that stated Glenn Rogers missed work because the ceiling in his apartment fell and he was too beat up to come to work. We talked to one of our informants or one of the people who knew it, and he said that that Ron Goldman was tough. He said he kept hitting him, he kept getting back up. That's why he stabbed him so many times.
That's it. What he's telling you is bullshit.
One glove was found near his body. Correct? Mm-hmm. This diagram kind of shows Ron's body here. Now he's kind of tucked behind this little wall here. There's an entrance here. There's an entrance here. Ron's body's found there.
Correct.
So the entrance to the house, there's a gate here, and then there's another walkway here along the side. There's bushes here, but there's another entrance on this backside here. But
that's where the footprints are.
Correct. This area can't be seen from the roadway, is my understanding.
Correct. This is what people actually. This is the steps in front of.
Right. So it would be over here.
Yeah. So and then behind over there is actually where the footprints were.
Right.
This is actually from first responders going in and out from the crime scene.
Right.
That's why when the lady walking by, there was a lady who walked by walking her dog and said,
right,
nobody murdered at 10:30 because there was no blood on the sidewalk. That's because Ron was killed in the bushes and Nicole wasn't killed yet.